Mike's Daily Podcast.
Hey, it's Mike Matthews. It's early, and I'm doing this podcast.
Mike's Daily Podcast.
Less than 24 hours after doing the other podcast I did. So I'm asking this question.
Why?
Am I doing this? And I'll say I'm a team player in a world where nobody wants to play on a team, I guess. Because we're all sheltered alone. How can you play with a team when you're alone in your house, quarantined?
Mike's Daily Podcast.
Well, there's ways around it, right? You try, you give it your best shot, and you just do it. That's right.
Mike's
So here we are
Daily
on a Monday,
Podcast.
episode 2022.
Yeah!
2022. And Mike Matthews. Do you like the sound of that? 2022. On my way into work today, this is the show called On My Way Into Work Today. What I learned coming into work. First off, that somebody needs to fix their sprinkler, because I'm driving along on Mission in Hayward, and this sprinkler head, I guess, has been knocked off of a sprinkler, and it's just shooting water in a direct water beam at my car. I happened to I had the windows down too, because it's kind of a warm morning, and it almost got me right through the window, but I rolled it up just in time. Thank you, my old Saturn vehicle, for being able to roll your window up that fast. It's impressive. Well, here's the thing, is last show we discussed a little bit about cows and a little bit about the world in which we live and lockdown. And is another thing I found out on my way in, is that there are these companies, there are these businesses that are opening. Interestingly enough, ice cream seems to be selling off the shelves. Ice cream, or out of the bins, because...
And here's today's podcast picture.
Because people, they can't take vacations. This is the reasoning anyway. They can't take vacations, cafe anyway, so they get little treats. Like ice cream. That's a little treat. That's a little escapism. The podcast picture, by the way, is a beautiful view. I need to go back here again. I can't go there with Basil the Boxer. He can't walk anymore. But the beautiful view from way up on top, and I don't even know if you can get to this anymore. There's this trail that takes you up to the top of this ridge that overlooks Dublin and Podcastro Valley, or next to Podcastro Valley. And there's this trail that takes you way up there. Basil the Boxer and I did this. God, how many years ago was it, Basil? Let's see. It was 6 years ago. And we went to this, could overlook all of Pleasanton and Dublin Valley, Diablo Valley, that kind of thing. Pleasanton in that area. You can see the picture at mikesdailypodcast.com from 6 years ago. 6 years ago. Did we have any concept of we have dealt with Ebola, but that thankfully didn't spread like wildfire here in America like it did in other parts in Africa. And it is just been coronavirus. I know you're coronavirused out. You don't want to hear any more about it. But the businesses, I just want to say this. Businesses that are opening in Georgia saying enough, or in Texas, there were these protests over the weekend. It's hilarious. You're taking away our freedoms, government. You are stealing our freedoms away. I can't do what I want to do because of your stupid laws. You're blaming the government and not the disease? That's ridiculous. But okay, when you come down with coronavirus, that's going to be, what's your reasoning going to be then? Are you going to be, oh, wow, maybe this is something? And Boris Johnson over there in England, he's back on the job after fighting coronavirus off. I mean, he had it bad. He was like 3 nights he was in critical condition, and he was at the he had to battle it for 3 weeks. And he said it's a doozy. It's like getting mugged. It's pretty bad. So I don't think everybody taking it lightly. They just look like idiots in the end. And yes, we want people to work again, but wow. Just, anywho, here's the thing. The companies that did open in Georgia, like the Waffle Houses and stuff like that, they are putting people like far apart. That means less people can sit in the restaurant. That means the menus on the tables have to be disinfected, sanitized before every customer. There's a lot of work that's going into this, and these employees are being asked to do a heck of a lot more, which I don't know if you've seen employees lately. They ain't stepping up. A lot of them are kind of are weary of this whole thing, and they're done with it. And to ask them, oh, and you have to do all this extra cleaning as well as take care of customers, as well as do everything you were doing before. There are lots of lazy people in this world. Lots of lazy employees. That they're actually doing this, or they're going to want to do this. I guess they are, because the jobs are being offered that used to be there, they're no longer there, and so whatever jobs are there, they're going to take, and they're going to go, okay, I'll do that, and I'll do that. But just I'm cynical as heck about it, because I've been to like fast food places that are run by teenagers, and they don't care. They barely have any good hygiene on their own, and they're now going to be expected to sanitize things for the customer? Right. Don't know. I don't know, but I could be wrong. Tell me how wrong I am. You can call me at 336MM Daily, 3 + 3 = 6 MM, as a Mike Matthews Daily, as in what this podcast has been now. Gosh, since Thursday. That's impressive. Occasionally I get interrupted, and I can't dive into every single issue that I heard on my way into work today. As we go outside a cafe anyway, we're bringing Mike's Daily Podcast somewhere in Podcastro Valley ton today. Oh, no, Podcastro Valley Mont. I think some of the news people, or people that comment on the news, or the people... Okay, so you've got this guy.
You are fake news. Fake news. Fake news.
And you've got these people that are Trump supporters that are saying, oh, look, the news is trying to embarrass the president. And I don't know if that could be. But at the same time, some of the things that he says...
Are you out of your mind?
Right.
Just, I don't know what... I guess it's like me doing a news conference. I would know. I'd be all like...
The United States.
I'd be like having trouble talking. And trying to jumble all the information and trying to make America feel calm and great again, and that whole mantra. It's a lot of work. I could see where that get a little difficult, but...
He's a showboat. He's a grandstander.
I just think you have to... Oh, this one guy, this is what the problem I had with it, is he said, yeah, I guess the president should stop talking to the general press corps, as it is, that shows up at the press conference, and only speak to Sean Hannity, Rush Limbaugh, the ultra-conservative people that have supported him in the past. But how does that really make you look to all the other Americans that may look at you skeptically? That, oh, you're just going to get softball questions.
I appreciate that.
Yeah, well, people like softball questions, but I know we want things to be normal again and the country to be strong again. But here's something that Michael Jordan said. He said, once I make a decision, I never think about it again. Once you decide on something, you never think about it again? That could be true. Once you say this, you never say, don't! Well, I guess you regret it afterwards. Buyer's remorse sometimes. But so much of our lives is decisions. I've heard it say some of our lives aren't really decisions. It's compromise is what things are. And I'm just trying to motivate you. Motivation is making a plan, making a simple plan. Don't overcomplicate it. and have confidence in executing it and get it done. And forget about all the crazy news you hear from and the people that are odd in the news world.
A lot of backstabbing in the news game. I mean, you have to watch your back.
And in the political world.
Washington's made things worse.
I'm really good at this today. The sound effects. I'll miss that. But you can do it, my friend. You can do it. Like that guy said earlier. But I'm not going to do it again.
Oh my God, no way!
No, once is enough. Next show, it'll be the wonderful... Well, shoot, who's on this show today? Let's see. Do we have... Oh, what is that thing? That is a South American taper calf. Interesting. That's the Bing picture today. Not to give Bing a plug, but they do give you points if you sign in, which you can eventually use for Amazon, who price gouges us. Did I just say that? It was a plug and a slug, sort of. Look who's here. Hello, Michael Matthews, Madame Rootabega, and I am loving today's show. It is not a train wreck. Good. Are you, so, you gonna go get some ice cream? Yes. You gonna go to a Waffle House? Yes. You gonna lick the menus there? No. Don't lick the menus. Look who else is here.
Hello there, Mike. This is Valentino, the parking attendant.
And this is Bison Bentley. Do that!
Mike, we are very happy that businesses are starting to open again there.
Yeah, make it all normal again, like now. Do that! Oh, when you hear the gong, that means it's time to be normal again. Okay, thank you. Normal. Let's get to normal. Good luck with that. And we'll get there eventually. Next show, it'll be the wonderful Chely Shoehart, Floyd the Floorman, and John Deere the engineer. Tell me what you think. You can call me 336MM Daily. 3 plus 3 equals 6MM is a Mike Matthews Daily, is what this podcast shall try to be continuing. And you can also email me, mikesdailypodcast@gmail.com. You want me to repeat it? No. But she will.
Mike's Daily Podcast is written and produced and performed by Mike Matthews. His podcast is super easy to find. Download or listen to his show and read his blog at mikesdailypodcast.com. Email Mike now at mikesdailypodcast@gmail.com. See you tomorrow. Bye!